Hey guys, it's Jen from beautyriotx, and today we are doing a current favorites and fails. I have so much stuff in front of me, so this video might be kind of long. So the first thing, I have 3 non-makeup-y kind of items. They're still like beauty related, but it's not like makeup. So the first is a very tiny bottle of lotion, and it's only because I used to have huge bottles of this. Oh dear God. Okay, this is the Hempz Pure Herbal Extracts Original Body Moisturizer. This smells delicious. It kind of smells slightly banana-y, but the main reason I actually like this moisturizer is because it sinks into my skin super fast. It doesn't feel greasy, oily. One of the reasons I have a huge problem with lotions in general is because I just feel like they leave my skin feeling greasy, like body lotion. I usually don't wear it, but this makes my skin feel amazing all day long. If you don't want to pay like Ulta's prices or the actual prices for Hempz body lotion, look for these, like the actual big bottles at TJ Maxx and Marshall's, because you can find the actual like huge bottles there for like half the price. The second is a brush and sponge cleansing shampoo from Cinema Secrets, and if that name sounds familiar, it's because they sell and make the cult classic amazing brush spot cleanser that smells insane but works even more insane. This is a great cleanser. I got this directly from their website. It also can be found like on Amazon, but if you get it from their website, you can use like 20% off, like your first purchase or whatever, or you know, they usually have like deals if you sign up from their email and everything. A really great all natural cleanser, highly recommend. It gets like those annoying spots out of your sponges that don't come out from any other cleanser. Like I've tried a ton of different kind of cleansing balms for brushes and sponges, and I can never get like those foundation spots off. And it's not mold, it's like actual foundation spots that I can't get off of my sponges, and this gets it off, so highly recommend. And the last non-beauty product is not a bottle of urine. This is 8 ounces of distilled water and 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, organic. I use Broggs. I use this as a hair rinse instead of a conditioner. I usually don't use conditioner. I usually use like a leave-in, like a really light one to protect my hair when I blow dry and stuff. But I've been using this in the shower after I shampoo my hair, and my hair has never felt better. Now, I have to say a disclaimer though, I haven't used it since I've redone my color. I don't know how it's gonna stand up to that. I don't know exactly how my color's gonna react. It's still summer, so I'm okay if it does fade a little bit. As you probably have seen in past few videos, I don't really care about my hair in the summer. I let it go to the point where you would never believe in a million years I was a professional hairstylist. But this age-old concoction of water and apple cider vinegar makes my hair feel amazing. So I literally shampoo my hair, wring it out in the shower, and take this, and I'm just gonna close it and pretend I'm doing it, kind of pour out a little bit towards my scalp, massage it, oh, mother, damn it. I massage it into my scalp, kind of run it through my ends, squeeze it out a bit so it's not like dripping, and that's it. I don't rinse it out. It acts as a detangler. It balances the pH in your scalp. If you have like scalp issues, it made my hair shiny. The smell like dissipates after like 10, 20 minutes, so you're not gonna smell like apple cider vinegar if that smell bothers you. Incredible, incredible. I don't know why I haven't done it sooner. Now on to makeup. We'll save the palettes for last, but we'll do the non-palettes first. So let's do brushes, and this is just the brand in general for their brushes. I have really been loving these Makeup Shack brushes. These two in general. This is the T67 brush, and this is just a nice kind of blending, I don't know what the hell the purpose of each brush is. I don't really know. But this is the T102 brush. This I use for highlight, and it might be my favorite, one of my favorite brushes ever. It's so weird looking. I think it's incredible. I guess like a regular fan brush could do the same, but something about this I just am in love with. I just love this brush. They're affordable. The shipping kind of sucks, but I'm a big fan of Makeup Shack brushes, like totally. And now on with the makeup. The first is a huge surprise. I didn't think I would hate it, but I didn't think I would be drawn to continue to use this as much as I have. I thought maybe it'd just be kind of gimmicky. And I know people still have a problem with like Kat Von D's brand, even though she's still not a part of it. I don't care. I don't care. I love Kat Von D products. I do. I don't care who knows it. I like Kat Von D products. And this is one of the new products that have launched since the brand is no longer affiliated with her. This is the Shake Primer High Impact Eyeshadow Primer. It's the weirdest thing. I did a video on it. So you shake it super, wait, oh, I'm gonna wait a second. I'll go on to the next thing while that settles and then you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so this I think I've talked about before, but this is the NUDESTIX Nudies Tinted Blur Stick. This is in the shade Medium 7. When I first got this, I was kind of disappointed because it was very kind of sheer and I didn't notice much about it when I used it. I used it like as a contour stick. This is my favorite contour product of life now. You don't get a lot. There is 6.116 grams or 0.216 ounces. I've had it for a while and there's about this much left. And I literally do swipe, swipe, dot, dot, swipe, swipe, dot, dot. The color is fantastic. I've grown to be obsessed with this. I will absolutely repurchase it because it lasts so long. I don't even care about the price because it's already paid for itself. I no longer use my old Holy Grail, which was my Mega Revolution Supersized Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer in C12. This is too warm. This is perfection. I highly recommend. It's a little pricey. It's like 30 bucks for this tiny stupid thing, but if you go to NUDESTIX website and sign up for like their emails, you can like always find like deals and stuff and get like a discount. Or you can get it at Ulta and use like one of their coupons or whatever. Blends out seamlessly. The only thing that bothers me is the price. As you can see, the Shake Primer separates. So you have this black stuff at the bottom and then this clear stuff at the top. So what you do is you shake it really, really well, like super, super well. You unscrew the lid, you plop a dot onto your hand. That's literally all you need. And even that little dot is enough to do both eyes. You rub it on, let it sit for about, it sits for about 20 seconds, and then you do your eye makeup. I have noticed though, the trick is to not wait longer than like 20 or 30 seconds to start doing your eye makeup. The longer you let it sit, I noticed it doesn't blend out as perfectly, and I will show you right now what I mean. I did it exactly like that on this eye, and this eye blended seamlessly. There's no lines, like it's perfection. I waited too long on this eye and you can see the crease. There's a line, it's kind of splotchy. I waited too long and it's like it didn't go on as seamlessly. It didn't go on horrible by any means, but I can absolutely see a difference. I waited too long. And I might have used like a hint too much. So the trick is don't use that much and follow the directions. Let it sit 20 seconds, maybe 30, and then do your eye makeup. And do like, you know, I do one eye at a time. I don't know how other people do it, but anyway. It lasts all day. It's translucent. It says it's like supposed to be like high impact, make sure like shadows pop. I don't know how true that is, but I found myself reaching for this over my e.l.f. Putty Primer. I still like this, but I feel like I like this more. Go figure, I don't know. I feel like my eye makeup goes on smoother with this because this is like kind of more clay based and like, I don't know, I like this more. Next is the Revolution Pro Sculpting Bronzer in Baha'i? I don't know. Got this from Ulta. It was a recommendation from Make Me Up Missa. I thought it was gonna be a little too warm, a little too orange. It's not, it's perfection. I think it's like the lightest one. I think there's like 4 or 5 shades to choose from. The next are a bunch of blushes that I've been dying over. This is from the new XX Revolution line they have out. This is the blush Incite, is that right? Yes, oh no, Entice, I'm sorry. This is it's this gorgeous matte, oh my God. This shade is just peachy pink coral gorgeousness. It's beautiful, it's pigmented, it's lovely. I think it's like $9 or $10. It's not a staple. I don't think it's any better or worse than anything else. Any other blush from the cheaper lines of Mega Revolution. It's beautiful though, I love the shade. The next are 2 MAC blushes. First is Like Me Love Me from their mineralized blush line. This is orange gorgeousness. It kind of reminds me of a more matte, more pigmented like version of Luminoso. It's not as, there's no shimmer in it. Whereas Luminoso has like the swirls of like metallicness in it. This doesn't have that. This is just the orange blush, and it's gorgeous. Maybe it's like maybe like natural satin finish. Maybe it's not totally matte, but gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm obsessed with MAC blushes lately. I don't know why, but I am. The next is, I know I've talked about this before, but I have to bring it up again because I've found other ways to use this. This is a MAC blush. This is in the shade Cosmic Force. It looks like foundation or like a face powder. No, no, no. This is a blush. I use it as a blush, but I also use it as a bronzer and like an eyeshadow sometimes. I don't even know if I can even bother swatching it for you because you won't see a thing. Like it could just... But this is amazing. I don't know how they came up with this to do this shade or why they thought this would work, but it totally works. Obviously, if you're much deeper skin tone than me, this probably won't do anything for you, but I think this is amazing. It's discontinued. It was a limited edition, but you can find brand new unopened ones on like Mercari and Poshmark. I've already got 2 backups. The next, again, is from KVD Beauty. It's their new Everlasting Blush, like matte blushes. Gorgeous, so gorgeous. I think they have like 5 or 6 shades. I have the shades Honeysuckle, which is what I'm wearing today, and Foxglove. I'm so into like nudie matte blushes lately. I don't know what it is. No, I do. It's because of this. It's because once I got this, I was like, oh my God, I need blushes like this. These aren't anything like that, but it got me on that track. I mean, these are just beautiful. Super smooth, very, very creamy, buildable, but they're still really pigmented. KVD site always has like 30% off, 20% off, blah, blah, blah. So if you don't want to pay the full price, you don't have to. Next, we're gonna go on to highlighters that I've been obsessing over. These are the ones that like I always reach for, hands down. Like the millions of other ones that I have, I don't even look at. I hate it, but I love it. The first is the Milani, I never hear anybody talk about this, the Milani Highlight Duo Cream and Powder in 110 Supercharged. Weird because they both feel like powders, but this one's a cream and this one's the powder. So, so gorgeous. The cream you definitely want to use your finger with. And this pink one, the powder, isn't as pink when you use like a brush. Because I don't like pink highlighters, but that one is, I mean, gorgeous. Once, like if you use a brush and the way it goes on, you can't really tell it's pink. Next is the Nabla Skin Glaze in Ozone. I think this is their lightest shade. This is beautiful. This is so like glass-like and beautiful, and it doesn't do justice unless you use a brush. Like with the finger, it's like, oh, that's really pretty. But with a brush, gorgeous. So gorgeous. I know they just came out with like bronzers and kind of blushy shades. I don't want any of those. This is the only one I love, and it's the only one I'm going to try. The next is from Stila. This is the Heaven's Hue Highlighter in Opulence. We do have these sometimes at Marshalls or TJ Maxx, but it's never this shade, ever. This is glass skin. It's that weird texture. It's not putty. I don't know what it is, but it's sweat. That's what it looks like. And you can't see it like this until you turn your, oh my God. It's gorgeous. It's sweat. It's amazing. It's like this veil of sweat. I need more. I mean, I just need more of this shade. I don't want more other colors. It's just this one. Next is from the XX Revolution line. Again, this is the highlighting powder in Echo. You can't go wrong with Makeup Revolution's highlighters. They just know how to do highlighter. It's magic. It's gorgeous. You can see it from space. I'm pretty sure they're coming with this line to Ulta. Otherwise, you have to like wait a few weeks for it to come from the UK. You have to spend a certain amount, like I think it's like at least 50 bucks for it to be free shipping, which is fine. It doesn't take long to get there. Last highlighter is what I'm wearing today. Also like that wet, glassy, sweaty look. This might be one of my top 5 highlighters of life. This is from Aether Beauty, I think. Aether Beauty, Ethereal? Yeah, Aether Beauty. This is the Supernova Crushed Diamond Highlighter in the shade Pure Diamond Dust. They have 2 shades, this one and then like a pinky one. And when you first look at this, you're like, that is taupe. That's taupe. Nobody will be able to wear this. This is a formula like I've never seen in a powder before. It's even more sheer than this one, which isn't a powder. and it's way different from this one, which is a powder. I don't know how you make a powder sheer. I don't know how they did it, but they did it, and I'm going to buy more. I hope they come out with more shades, even lighter than this and like more champagne-y. But like I was scared because this looks very taupe and like nudie brownie almost. Like this leaves no color on your, it's incredible. This really is one of the most amazing formulas in a powder highlighter I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I can't say enough good things about it. I mean, look, I don't even know if you, I mean, can you see that? It's crazy. I mean, with a brush, it just goes on gorgeous. I haven't actually tried putting it on with my finger. I mean, other than like swatching it, but like, I mean, it's gorgeous. The next is from Stila. It's the foundation I've been wearing. This is one of the best foundations I've ever tried. I don't know why it took me, well, I do know why. I didn't want to pay for it. I didn't steal it, but I didn't want to pay full price for it. Finally, it like went on sale. It's at Ulta, so I know I've talked about this before, but I don't know if I talked about it in a favorites, so I'm doing it now. This is the Stila Hide and Chic Fluid Foundation. I'll list the claims on the screen. I don't remember what they are. I don't care. But this has been my go-to foundation. Like I have to make myself use other things because I love it that much, and the shade is like dead on skin color for me. Like it's the shade Light Medium 3. I made the mistake of grabbing Light Medium 1 in the store because Ulta has it like on clearance for like $10. I've looked at a bunch of other places. It is on sale on Stila's site, so I'm assuming it's being discontinued, of course. So I'm probably gonna order this shade from there as well. Anyway, this is Light Medium 3, and this is perfect right now. I'm a little bit tan, I have a little bit of color, and it's literally perfection. It oxidizes a tiny, tiny bit, but not like in an orange way or a yellow way or a scary way. I mean, this is like a second skin. It's buildable, it's not heavy, I don't feel like I have anything on my face. This might be one of my favorite foundations of life. I've said that a few times. I'm gonna say it again, of life. The next is a lip color. I'm wearing it today. This is from ColourPop. It's the Ultra Matte Lip in Sunny Side. It's gorgeous, it's matte, it's kind of pinky brown tone. I love a good nude, but I also found they don't have a bunch of my other nudes that I loved. They don't have Tiptoe from their Luxe lipstick line. They don't have any of their cream liners that I love. There's like no old school stuff on their website anymore. It's the stuff I expected them to have. Like, it's just weird. I don't know where all their stuff's gone. I don't know if it's because of this going on now. I don't know if they've just done away with a ton of stuff, but I'm bothered. And now we're gonna get on to the palettes. I have a nice little stack here. The first is the Linda Hallberg Infinity palette. I have to say, this is wishy-washy for me, and here's why. I like 3 powders from this palette. I'm very sad to say. And they are this one, which is what I use for contour, this one I use for contour, and this one I use for blush. The rest aren't very good. I'm very sad to say. Like the shimmer shades that are like highlighter kind of powders are not, they just feel very powdery and just not what I thought they were gonna be. Andromeda, Mafe, and Cigar. These 3 are just really the only ones I gravitate towards. This one I kind of like to smoke my lower lash line out with and use like as an eyeshadow, but it's not as pigmented as I thought it was going to be. I guess because it could actually be used as like a bronzer and stuff, so I guess, I don't know, but it looks more pigmented than it tends to be, but it almost has that quality that it tends to blend away. I'm on the fence about this palette as a whole. I mean, I definitely wouldn't get it just for those shades alone, but I'm pulling out this palette itself because this has ended up being one of my favorite contour shades, like powders ever. It's got that perfect kind of grayish tone to it, but not to the point where it's gray. It's like a perfect shadow shade, like actual shadow shade, not shadow shade, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, yeah, so I love that shade Cigar. Still not sure if the palette as a whole is actually worth it though. I'm leaning towards no. Next is something I swore I'd never do. I just went through the whole Pat McGrath thing, but I have and love 3 Natasha Denona palettes. Love them. Safari palette, the Natasha Denona Tropic palette, and the Biba palette. Oh my god. Oh my God. Okay, I take issue. Not the biggest issue in the world because I love busy art. I'm not completely against paying an obscene amount of money for makeup, but I just had that issue with like Pat McGrath. I don't think some of her stuff was worth it. So naturally, I felt like Natasha was on that level of, it's just a makeup artist who is overpricing her shit. Oh my God. I can't stop using these goddamn palettes. They're unbelievable. I used these two today. There's nothing I don't love about these, except the price. Well, first of all, I got these while they were half off at Sephora. These were $64 each. This one I paid full price for, but I had a gift card, so it wasn't as painful. I know there is some debate on like little palettes, mini palettes versus full-size palettes and the quality. And that's like across the board for brands. That's what a lot of people were saying about the Pat McGrath video I did with like the Blitz Astral Quad that I just thought was like, what is the big deal with this fucking thing? Everybody was like, no, her main big palettes are like the better palettes, better quality, whatever. I don't know how her little palettes are, but these are incredible. Incredible. They're incredible. This shade broke, which I don't give a shit. It's like the black, whatever. I think Safari is my favorite because it's like all matte. The only thing is I can't see myself using any of these three right here just because they're really neutral. And I mean, maybe I'll use Savannah, but like these two grays, I just don't see myself using. I don't see it here a ton of people talking about this brand, but I love this palette. I'm just gonna write it on the screen because I can't bring myself to say it. And when I write it, you'll see why. This is from Kimchi Chic, and this is a beautiful palette. I mean, the quality is incredible. I love that it's very neutral and then it has like some pops over here. These two metallic shades, and it's just these two, the pink and the blue over here, are the coolest. Like, it's similar to the finish of the Aether Beauty highlight. They have this, like, these are toppers, but they're beautiful toppers. They have this amazing sheer kind of quality to them, but like, oh my God, the duochrome. I mean, that pink is just wows me every time I look at it. This is a beautiful palette. I mean, everything about this palette is creamy, smooth, gorgeous. It's huge. This is a gorgeous palette. If you've never tried this brand, I highly recommend it. They just came out with a new one that I just got in collab with Naomi Smalls. I used 2 shades so far. For me, this is not a standalone palette. There's not enough deep shades in here for me. This is like an add-on palette for me. I would use that like in cohesiveness with this. I'm still gonna mess around with this though. I only used 2 shades out of it before. They were really nice, but like I still wanna try it more. But I'm gonna save this for a video. The next is the Melt Rust palette. This is no surprise. It's gorgeous. I got it on sale from JCPenney of all friggin' places. I guess because like JCPenney has like the Sephora inside. I didn't get it at JCPenney, but I got it on like the website. I think it was like 39 bucks or something like that. Like really like cheap. It's amazing. I mean, if this is your color scheme, it's worth the full price, but I didn't want to pay the full price because I'm cheap. I didn't want to like this. One of you amazing subscribers sent this to me because you loved it and you were like, you're gonna love this. I know you said you didn't want to love it, but I want to show you that you're gonna love it. You were right. It's the Tati Beauty Volume 1 palette. This is a beautiful palette. The only thing I would change is I would put more mattes in it. That's the only thing I would change. I will definitely try her next palette she comes out with. I'm hoping there's more mattes in it. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous palette. The next is from Makeup Shack, the same brand as the brushes that I mentioned. This is the Aesthetic eyeshadow palette. Like, look how big these pans are. This is like a $15 palette. Again, unless you order about $100 worth of shit, the shipping sucks, but gorgeous, gorgeous quality makeup. This Wabi Sabi shade up here is the same kind of like crazy cool formula that I can't figure out what they did, but it's not just like your regular foiled shadow. It's something different. I don't know what, but it's something different. Super pigmented, super like saturated, blends really beautifully. I have like 2 other palettes from this brand too that I also really love. Gorgeous, gorgeous palette. The next is from Chantilly Cosmetics. This is an adorable palette and it's completely my color story. Again, I wish there was like, maybe take out 1 or 2 of the metallics and put like a super dark really rich brown in, but that's like a matte brown. That's my only complaint though. The quality is crazy. Metallics are crazy. Like, look how beautiful those are. Black-owned indie brand. I'll leave the link below. Gorgeous palette. This is the Give Me Glow Vintage Rose palette. Oh my God. I just ordered, after I did this video, I went on and I ordered like $100, $110 worth of matte shadows, like singles, because these were out of this world. You barely have to touch any of the colors in here to get any kind of payoff. I don't know what the hell they do to make these shadows. I don't know what is in them. This could be witchcraft. I don't know if I've felt shadows as good as these. Even in this huge pile of palettes that I just told you about, even the most expensive ones, Natasha, are probably not as amazing feeling as these. Incredible. Look how opaque these are. I can't even talk about it. Now, everybody's favorite part, hearing me complain. I have really high hopes for this. Teresa's Dead loves the avocado palette, which is part of this Make Revolution line. Or I'm sorry, I Heart Revolution line. So this is the Tasty Peach palette. Look how pretty this is. Gorgeous. If you love this kind of color story, like the swatches are fine. They're gonna be fine. I mean, and I mean, they might actually be like good. They're actually really good. Beautiful. I've tried this palette with like my clay-based eye putty primer. I've tried it with my KVD Vegan Beauty Primer. Yeah, see, it's fine. Each time, I hated the way it looked. The colors blended together. It wasn't very pigmented. I don't know what I did wrong. I got it for $7.50. I think it was like on sale at Ulta. I don't like it. I mean, it doesn't make me happy when I use it. It doesn't make me happy. And isn't that what makeup should do? It should make us happy. It doesn't do that for me. I don't want to work that hard to be happy. This is the ABH Norvina Collection Volume 3 palette, right? No, 4. Sorry, 4. This is the more nude one. I have to say, if I would have been able to see this in stores before I bought it, I wouldn't have bought it. I'm gonna say the same exact thing that I said about this. This does not make me happy when I use it. The one redeeming quality for me with this palette is this shade right here. This one lone metallic shade that isn't even that insane, but the one thing that makes me happy out of this entire palette. Like, I was thinking, oh, a more neutrally kind of ABH palette, because I have all of them. Like this is the 4th one. This is not the same quality as those other 3. It's not. In my opinion, it is not the same quality. Something is different. I've used this at least 4 times, and each time I do not like any look I come up with. I mean, maybe it's the colors in it. I don't know what it is, but I'm never happy when I use this. I'm never happy. And it makes me sad because this feels like it should be a palette that I like, looking at the color story. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this palette, but the times that I've used it, every time I just feel like I'm failing with it. I don't know what it is. This I was crushed about because I love Touch and Soul. Their Metalist Sparkling Foiled Pigments. These are some of my favorite things in the world. These are incredible. They're also the ones that make a cult classic No Problem Primer, whatever. This is their Fill Up Orange palette. It's an eyeshadow palette. This is really cool, and that's it. I don't know what kind of look you're supposed to come up with this palette. It looks way different online. Like this, I kind of use as a blush sometimes, but even that is like almost too sheer-ish. I don't know what to do with this palette. I have no clue. This is cool, like this glitter, that's very fine and small. But I mean, I have no idea what to do with this palette. I mean, the quality of it is fine. Really, like, there's nothing wrong with the quality, but I don't know what to do with this. The shades of everything are so similar. I'm just confused. I'm confused. The next is the Revolution Pro Nath limited edition. It's the Natalia, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, collab palette. This is not good. This is like, and it's not because of the color selection, like the quality of it just isn't good. I didn't try the metallics, but the mattes. These three are like all basically the same color. The pigmentation is crap. I wanted the other one that they had, but they didn't have it in stock. Like, this is an older collab. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's just an old palette and it's been sitting on the shelves. The Revolution Warehouse, I don't know. It was on sale on the website, so I mean, I grabbed it, but it's not good. I don't understand what everybody loves about this palette. I'm sorry. It's the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. I don't think it's crap. I just don't think it's that good. I hate the texture of these. I hate it. It feels smooth. There's something about it that I don't like. It almost feels like when I put it on with a brush, it feels textured. It's not silky. You know how some highlighters are silky feeling? I don't get that with this. You know what? That's what it is. These feel to me like shadows. They don't feel like highlighters to me. I like the lightness of them and the tones of them because I could get away with all three of these, but the formula of them, I don't like at all. It leaves like that streak of color on my face. I don't like it. I was really sad about this. This is the e.l.f. Puff Puff Primer. I don't know what is the issue with the formula of this or the viscosity, but I could not, I don't know if it's the thickness. Yeah, it's like the thickness. It's not that it's too thick, it's that I couldn't get it to like absorb into my skin. Like there's just no absorption. It absorbs, but like you have to use a ton of it. I don't know what it is. This did not work for me. I tried to use as much as I could. I used to about here and I just gave up. So I'm gonna see if my daughter wants to try it and use it. It did not work very well for me. I did not enjoy it. I didn't find joy in using it. I'm going to pass it on. People have said they love this. This is the L'Oreal Age Perfect Radiant Concealer. This does nothing. It was so like dewy and hydrating that it was like, it was too much. It was just too dewy. It was almost greasy looking. I did a first impressions on here and then I tried it like 4 or 5 more times on my own. I could not get this to work. It didn't matter what I put underneath. It didn't matter if I put nothing underneath. It did not make my eyes look better. Kind of like drew attention to them, but not in a good way. I didn't love this a ton, but I like it added to other foundations that are slightly on the more dry side. This makes them more hydrating and a little more dewy, and it has sunscreen in it. Yeah, so I like it in that way. Maybe I'll actually, oh, I haven't tried that. Maybe I could use this with more like matte concealers. I haven't actually tried that. So you know what? Maybe I will keep this for that reason. The next is a lip product from Lorella. This is something I got in a mystery box. I got like a bunch of lip stuff in a mystery box from Lorella around Christmas time. Oh my God, these are some of the most drying liquid lipsticks I've ever felt. If you felt a good matte liquid lipstick, like ColourPop, it's matte, but it's super comfortable. I don't feel like my lips are falling off or uncomfortable. Then you know what an uncomfortable one feels like, and it's this. I hate to say because the colors that I got were like gorgeous. Like there was a really pretty red and like a pink and then this like nudie pink one. I've ended up having, this is the only one I have left. I've thrown them all out. They're so uncomfortable. I just can't even take it. But anyway, that was it. What would you like to see a video on next? I have a ton of palettes I still haven't used in videos or at all. So I'm gonna show you a few and please let me know down below which ones you wanna see. I've asked before and I don't know where the answers are, so I'm gonna ask again. I have the Scott Barnes palettes. I have the colorful and the nude one. I have Naked Urban Decay Honey palette. I have the Kimchi Naomi Smalls palette. I have the new NYX palettes. I have the Ultimate Utopia and the Escape Artist palettes. I have the Escape Pod from Kaleidos. Ooh, and I have the Artist Couture Supreme Nudes. Let me know which one you guys want to see in a video below. I have a bunch of other ones too, but like those are like the standout, exciting ones to me. Let me know what you guys really want to see. And then the Natasha Denona, I still haven't used in videos. Let me know. I'll try to listen and start uploading more. Hopefully I start getting back into the groove of things. But that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and next time I'll see you guys later.